Oh my gosh, everything looks absolutely tiny. What's up, agents? Zero here, and welcome back to another Minecraft Pocket Edition video. And today we're going to be showcasing something that I don't really showcase on this channel very often. I'm going to be showcasing a resource pack. Now, I don't normally showcase resource packs, or actually use them for that matter, for two reasons. Number one, I do kind of like the textures that vanilla Minecraft has, and number two, even when resource packs do come out, there's really none that catch my attention until just recently. A few days ago, a user on MCPEDL posted a resource pack that caught my attention, that I actually kind of liked them, and I'm actually considering using this in my videos from now on. This is the Minecraft.net resource pack. According to the website, it just says MC Mojang texture pack, unofficial is what it says on the website. But basically what this is, if you guys are ever at Minecraft.net looking to buy the game, or if you're looking just like at promotional pictures or whatever, you're going to see art that has like plain solid textures. They're nice and bright. There's very little texture to it, but the reason why I like this is because it just looks so good, and honestly, to me, it looks a little bit cartoonish, which I know sounds a bit weird, but I actually really like the concept of this resource pack, and that's why I'm showcasing it. That's why I'm already considering using this as my default resource pack from here on out. But before I go ahead and showcase this resource pack to you guys, I do have a quick channel announcement. So if you guys are not interested in this announcement, you can skip like 2 minutes into the video to go ahead and get into the resource pack itself. Actually, I don't know if it's 2 minutes, but whatever, you can skip ahead. But so this is something that has been appearing in the comment section a few times, and I have replied to a number of these comments, but I have been kind of vague about this, but I figure I might as well go ahead and mention it. So you guys have been asking when I'm going to make yet another map, because those of you who have been on my channel for a while, you know that's what I do. Well, it's official. I am in fact going to be making a map here relatively soon. Myself and Gaming Cycling, you probably remember him from the final episode of my Skyblock series. He actually was a guest for that final episode. He and I are going to be working together on another map. I actually tweeted this out earlier today, or technically yesterday, if you're watching this the days of videos releasing. But yeah, we're going to be working on a map together. However, I am not going to be giving any details at this time about what this map is. I like to keep you guys surprised, so if you guys do ask me down in the comment section about what this project is, unfortunately you're going to be going unanswered, but you at least are getting one answer on me, and that's because that's the fact that I am in fact going to be working on a map here relatively soon. I wanted to make sure I get that out to you guys because I know you guys have been wanting to know that for quite some time, because it's been a while since I've actually made a map. But anyway, with that out of the way, I just figured you guys wanted to know this, so we're going to be taking a look at this resource pack. Now, I do not have the resource pack turned on as of right now. What we're going to be doing for this video is I'm going to be showing you guys my new, my brand new testing world in plain vanilla textures. And there's actually not too much, because I have been doing some experimentations mainly on other worlds, even though this is technically supposed to be my testing world. I have been doing a little bit of work. I'm not going to be showcasing too much of what this world is, but I have been doing quite a bit of experimenting with redstone and such here. This is where a lot of my stuff goes before I actually put them in like worlds and videos and stuff. This is actually, by the way, this is actually the test machine that I built for my skeleton spawn. Let me go ahead and jump in here real quick. So if I come in here, here's the skeleton spawn that I put in. So this is the test to make sure I knew it was actually working before I put in my survival world. So that's basically what this world is. This is where all of my redstone testing goes, although there were a few experiments that I put into my Piston House World, which I'm going to be bringing back later this week. I'm sorry I didn't get out this week. Things were kind of hectic this week, but yeah, it's going to be coming out this next week, so be on the lookout for that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go back into my testing world, but we're going to turn on the Minecraft.net resource pack. Now, I've seen screenshots of the resource pack, but I haven't actually seen the resource pack myself as of yet, which I know sounds a bit weird, because you'd think after finding a resource pack like this that I'm considering using as default for my videos, you'd think I would have actually started using it by now, but I haven't. But yeah, we're going to be taking a look at this, you and me, for the very first time. And apparently it's almost done saving. And I'm really hoping this pans out to how I'm hoping it pans out, because this is going to be really cool to see. I'm really looking forward to this. And I'll make sure I have a link down in the description to the webpage where you can download this resource pack for yourself, because I always do that whenever I showcase these kinds of things. So if you guys are interested in this resource pack and you want to use it for your own worlds, for whatever you guys do, go ahead and do that. Like I said, link in the description. I'll make sure to have links in the description to the creators of this resource pack as well. I've got creators links and I've got port links, so I'm gonna make sure to give credit to both of those guys in the description. So for those of you who are on the website, you're watching this video right now, which I'm gonna try to make sure is done, I can't make any promises, you're at least getting credit. So here we go, and oh my gosh, everything looks absolutely tiny. Wow, this, okay, I'm not entirely sure I like the look of the redstone components. I would like to have seen at least some form of the actual sticks on the repeaters and comparators, but other than that, I'm actually really liking the way this looks. This looks really nice. This actually looks relatively cool. I am a bit curious about this skeleton spawner, because I'm not entirely sure if it's going to look any different. Okay, it looks like the skeleton is... It looked like the skeleton was moving at a little bit of a slower pace in the actual spawner. This looks relatively cool. Everything looks absolutely tiny. I mean, even the command blocks, they look a lot smaller than they normally look with the default texture pack. This is really cool. And you know what, since I'm here, let me go ahead and showcase to you guys. Oh my gosh, all these blocks. Wow. Okay, you know what? I am pulling out all of these ores because I want to take a look at what they look like. Because this is the first time I'm actually looking at these things. Oh my gosh, this looks absolutely awesome. We got iron, coal ore, iron ore, gold ore. Okay, so they all look relatively the same to each other. This is just amazing. I'm liking this. I really am. I know I'm sounding a little bit biased, admittedly, but this, wow, this is really cool. I mean, admittedly, this is going to end up taking a little bit of time for me to get used to, but I'm liking it so far. This is actually relatively, oh my gosh. I don't know why, but I'm trying to find the grass blocks, but I'm not having any luck. I don't know. Oh, here it is. Here's the grass block. Although I'm not quite sure why it looks the way it is. Oh, okay, it looks a bit weird in the creative inventory, but that looks really cool. So this is actually one of the most interesting resource packs I've seen in a long time. And I don't really look at resource packs all too often. You know what? Let's go ahead and do something. I want to take a look at some of these mobs. Oh! Take a look at the rails. Oh my gosh, that is cool. Okay, I like that. What does a torch look like? Okay, so I do in fact have torches down here, but they're not actually on the side of a block. I'm actually kind of interesting. This actually looks relatively interesting. Okay, pistons. Okay, this is my block swapper. Oh my gosh, look at this redstone block. That is cool. I like that a lot. That is really cool, though you really can't tell about the levers, because this is supposed to be a lever. You really can't tell. That is a bit of a bummer, but you know what? I'm really liking this. I know I keep saying that over and over, and I probably should stop repeating myself, but this is absolutely cool. Although now I'm starting to admittedly have some second thoughts, because you guys know I enjoy my redstones, and I can't really tell what's going on as far as like levers, repeaters, and stuff, and torches is going on. I'm sure they can probably update that in future releases, but so far, other than that, I am really liking this, and this is actually really cool to look at. And I did say I wanted to look at some of these spawn eggs, which it looks like the spawn eggs haven't actually changed. But I am kind of interested in seeing what these mobs look like. I don't even know if I can spawn these things, though. And again, I do in fact, actually, the one I'm about to spawn should be fine, because I'm spawning in peaceful mobs. Okay, so that looks cool. That I like. Let's go ahead and take a look at this cow. Oh my gosh, the cow! The textures on the cow are actually a lot brighter than they are in default vanilla resource packs. I'm not liking the redstone though. I am a bit disappointed on that, but you know what? I think I might be able to deal with it. Maybe they can change that. Maybe make a few changes sometime in the future. I'm not entirely sure. In fact, I know how to actually change resource packs myself, so I might change that myself. So it's going to be a change resource pack for me personally. I do know how to edit this. Okay, so here's the pig. The pig actually looks relatively cool. I can't really see too much of the 3D texture on the head though. Oh, there we go. Even this for a split second. So let's go ahead and take a look at the sheep. Actually, the sheep looks really cool. I like this. I'm liking this a whole lot. I really am. Although I am kind of curious on how hostile mobs are at this point as well. Although, admittedly, I am currently on a peaceful state as of right now, so I really can't look at too much. Actually, that's not where I wanted to go. But this is, I'm liking this a lot. This is really cool. Although I don't think the weapons look any different. Yeah, the weapons don't look any different. That's, you know, that's perfectly fine. But everything else, okay, I'm not seeing too much changes on. I'm seeing no changes on the leather and the chain, which kind of makes sense. Everything else looks like it's kind of plain. The elytra, oh, the elytra looks really cool. I'm liking the elytra. Totem of Undying, I don't see any changes there. But then again, it is one of the newer items in the game. Doesn't look like beds are any different either, but everything else is looking just absolutely fantastic. Oh my gosh, these things, all these plants look completely blocky, but again, that is technically how these textures are supposed to look. I am curious about the terracotta though. Oh, they actually did change the terracotta. Nice. Okay, that is kind of interesting to know. I'm sorry, I'm just astounded by the aesthetics on some of this stuff. I probably shouldn't be. In fact, I probably shouldn't be repeating myself over and over again like I am, but I am just, oh my gosh, this is cool. And what about this shulker box? Let me pull out a shulker box. Okay, it doesn't look like the shulker box textures have changed too much. As I said, I do know how to edit textures. I actually have a program that I use for editing textures on a regular basis, so I do know how to edit some of these textures, so I can probably do that sometime. I'm not entirely sure when though. This is looking good so far. Okay, so it looks like the concrete may not have changed all that much, but what about the concrete powder? I mean, what does the concrete powder look like? Okay, that looks cool. That looks cool. There's little splotches. It's a lot more blocky. By the way, I don't know if I haven't mentioned this yet, but the texture says it's 120 by 120, but I'm thinking it's more like an 8 by 8 texture pack, but apparently some of the textures are like normal for some of the stuff that I'm seeing, which does make a little bit of sense, but you know what, I honestly don't really care all too much. But let's see, what else could I possibly showcase that might look different? Let's pull out a rail, let's pull out a minecart, and let's go ahead and pull out a boat, and let's see what each of these looks like. So here's the rail, which I've already looked at in the resource, in the creative menu. What does this look like? Oh, this I really like. What about the boat? It doesn't look any different. Yeah, it doesn't look like the boats have changed. Unless the resource pack career, I know it was technically ported from PC, but I'm wondering if the creators are planning on making an update to this pack so that you can at least see what things are a little bit better. I actually really like the look of the glass because you just see little dots along the sides, and there's actually no sign of the little lines on the insides of the glass, which I know is one of the major complaints people have when it comes to glass, that the little lines kind of ruins their line of sight. I don't know how much else there is for me to showcase, though. That's the problem, because even though I've said how much I'm enjoying this, I'm not seeing too much else that's actually worth showcasing, because everything else seems to be looking normal so far. Yeah, nothing else looks like it's too interesting to the point where it's actually worth actually you know what, let's go ahead and take a look at a bed. Let's see what the bed looks like. Does the bed look... No, it doesn't look like the bed has been edited in any sort of way. You know what, that's fine. It is one of the newer features, I'm not surprised, unless the red bed looks different, because it is one of the older textures. No, it doesn't look like it's been changed. You know what? That's perfectly fine. You know what? I think I've gone ahead and rambled on enough about this resource pack. I'm gonna have to look into actually redesigning some of the textures myself personally before I actually end up using it, but so far what I'm seeing I am really enjoying. But you know what, this is probably a good place to go ahead and end off the video. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you did, make sure that like button. One more, then make sure that subscribe button for future content. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at AgentCP0 to stay updated. This has been Zero Studios. Thank you guys for watching, and with that, I will see you guys later.